Good morning everybody, this is Celesta Matthews and today we will be dealing with the first experiment of our database and we have the schema over here. That is, we have to create 4 tables. First one is the student, which has student number, student name, department and member number. Now these have the data types varchar2 or of 10 or number. I can have it any one of these. Numbers, you will generally have your decimal number or integer number, whereas in varchar you will have a varying character. Now what is the difference between char and varchar? Char will always have fixed length, that is, if I give a character of size 10, then even if I have a word which has only 4 letters, it will be occupying the whole 10 space and reserving it for that particular character. But the same is not the case for varchar. In varchar, if I have taken 10 letters and then I have only 4 letters in the particular word, then the size of the character will be changed to 4. Later on, if we edit it or change it, it can again be expanded. So that is the difference between varchar and char. Now the next table that we have is membership, member number, library staff ID, member valid, years, and then we have the book, wherein we have book number, book name, author and category. Next is the ISS record, or we can call it the issue record, wherein we have issue number, we have the date, member number and book number. Now in Oracle we have also a data type called date, wherein we can specify the dates. Okay, and we have one more attribute that is called find. Now coming over to databases, we always call the columns as attributes and we call the rows as tuples. So now I hope you could have figured out that this is a library scenario. Now we have questions over here that are related to DDL, that is my data definition language, which deals basically with the structure of your tables. So the first question says, for the student library schema, create the tables with appropriate integrity constraints and describe the structures of the tables. Now, in order to describe the structures of the table, we require create table function. So what do? I say create table, table name, which is student, and then inside the parenthesis, I give the attribute name, space, the data type name, space, inside the inside the bracket, I then give the size of the data type. After that, I create 4 tables. Similarly, here we have create membership, create table book, and we have create table issue record. Now the second part of the question says that we need to add constraints to the table. Now what are constraints? Constraints are like a condition that is set so that all the attributes must follow that particular condition. That is, you can either have it as not null, that means any value that is to be entered must have a particular value, it should not be null. Or else if you give a unique constraint to it, it means that all the values in that particular attribute should be unique, they should not be repeated. So similarly, I have a primary key constraint over here which says that the attributes or the values in that particular attribute must be unique and they must not be null. So in order to give the constraints, I say alter table student, add constraint pk1 primary key, and I give the number. Okay, similarly I do the same thing for the rest of the tables as well. And then I have to describe the table. So in order to describe the table, I say DESC, which says describe. So I say describe membership, and then the whole of the membership, the structure, only the structure is displayed over here. So it says the name, I have if it's a null value or not, and then I have the type, which says the data type. Okay, so similarly I describe all the tables. After that, it says that change the data type of student number attribute to varchar. Okay, so earlier, earlier we had taken it as varchar, right? So now, in order to, I'll change it into number and then again back to varchar. So in order to change it, I have to say modify, because I have to modify the structure of the table. So I say alter table student, modify student number, and I give the new data type, which is number. Okay, so it is again modified. Here I have student number, and here I have number specified. That is the data type. Now again, in order to change it into varchar, I again use alter table student, modify, and student number, and then I give varchar 20. Okay, so the next question, modify the attribute student name to varchar to 30. I have to change the size of the data type. There I have to change the data type. Here now I have to change the size. And then library staff ID to varchar 5. Okay, in the student and member tables. So these are two tables. I need to write two commands for these. So I give alter table student, modify student number, varchar, and then the new size. Okay, so similarly I do the same thing for my membership as well. I change the size of this varchar to 5. Okay, after that I have described the table in order to show you that it has already changed to 5. Now the next question is that add a new column A underscore year, the data type is number, into the member table. So in order to add a new column, I will always say alter table, membership, and then add, and I'll specify the column or the attribute details actually. So I say alter table, membership, add A underscore year and number. Okay, so it gives you the details that table is altered. Now I say ensure by adding appropriate constraints to author column of the book table is a valid input. That means it is not null and it is unique. So I say alter table book, add constraint U1, which is the name of my constraint, and then unique and author. Okay, so I have to add a constraint which is unique. Okay, I have to add unique constraint to author. So specify the attribute name inside parentheses. Now in order to add not null, I use the alter table command. I say alter table book, modify author, varchar, and then I say not null. Okay, next question. Add a column login time field. So this time field in the member table, and drop a column for member. Okay, so here I say alter table membership, add login date, and then I drop the same column. So in order to drop that column, I'll say alter table membership, drop column name. Okay, after that I have to add foreign keys to the table with alter command. Okay, now what is a foreign key? A foreign key is a key which in one table it is a primary key, and when it comes to the other table it acts as a normal key. But using this foreign key only, you can link two tables using join operations or something else. So we'll see it in the later videos. So now I have to create foreign key. So I say foreign key is also constraint, right? But I don't use the keyword constraint in this command. I say alter table ISS record, add foreign key and member number. Member number is the attribute in ISS record. And then I say references. This particular attribute references membership. That is the next table. Wherever it is referring, I have to give that table name and the attribute of that table. Okay, so member number. So now this member number in ISS record has a relation with the other member number in membership record. Okay, so now we have alter table ISS record, add foreign key. So I am adding another foreign key constraint over here. After that I have a question. Add a check constraint to price column in the book table. Find column in issue record and check that the value is above 5. That means both of the places I have to check that the value is above 5 and never below 5. So I say alter table book, add price number, constraint C1, and then I say check price greater than 5. After that again I alter the table and I say find greater than 5. Now, in order to rename the issue record table, so I'll say alter table ISS record, ISS REC, that is my old name, rename to issue record. Okay, that is my new command. After that, I had the question remove author column in the book table. So I say alter table book drop author drop column, and then I give the column name. So that's all. It's quite simple. I hope you understood it. Thank you.